big favor and just say, hey, this is Lashae, and you are listening to Next Legacy Sports.
Okay. Hey, this is Lashae, and you're listening to Nexxlegacy Sports.
Perfect, perfect. This is Charles. I am Brandon Madison on Next Legacy Sports, and I have my girl. Shay is in the house. Music City Misfits, Women's Football League. You know what? I'm glad to have you, but also I got to tell you that I haven't gone to any games yet, and I'm looking forward to it in April. And I'm excited about the experience. So thank you for coming on first off. And let's get to know you. What position you play? How'd you get started with football?
So, I actually play a lot of different positions. I play quarterback and wide receiver on offense, running back sometimes. And on defense, I play corner and safety. This is actually my seventh year playing. And how I got started, I'm actually a football coach as well. And the
Okay.
Misfits were actually holding an all girls camp. And my girls were playing flag football at the time. And we heard about the camp. They wanted to come. And I've been with the Misfits ever since.
7 years playing.
Yes, this is my seventh year. Love it.
What was a moment during that time, before that time, that you decided, you know what, football's my thing. I actually love the sport. I have a passion for it. Because clearly, anytime you jump in and do certain things for 7 years, you kind of have some feelings about the situation, right?
Yes, of course. I've actually loved sports my entire life. Growing up, played a lot of the powder puff football, backyard football with the neighborhood kids. So just an opportunity to step out of my comfort zone. All of my kids play sports. So my boys were the oldest and they have all played football. And so just watching them, playing around with them, I just continued to grow a love for football. And then finding out we had a women's football team here in my hometown just gave me that opportunity to step out. Like I said, I was a coach first. And so this was my opportunity to actually strap up and do what I'm teaching other little kids to do. So, yeah.
So it sounds like you can add outside of not just playing at a high level for the Misfits, you can actually be a what is it, a player's coach too, in a sense, right? Where you can be able to kind of help
Yes.
school some of the rookies or some of the people trying to put them in certain positions. So do you kind of get that a lot? That like you're the second coach on the field in a sense?
Yes, all the time. So I'm also a captain. So we have a lot of player practices. We have groups that the other girls can call on me to answer questions or help them with their positions. So it's a lot of hands-on in practice. I can help explain things to them when the coaches are, dealing with someone else or when they have a question. So it helps build those relationships and bonds with the rookies. So yeah.
One of the cool things to see when I've interviewed a handful of women from different teams of this league is the camaraderie, the nature of growth when it comes to this league, because clearly we all know NFL, male dominated league. It's a lot going on in terms of just trying to separate the stigma of what a women's league is versus a men's. We kind of play that game a lot, and one thing I respect about it is the fact that there's a lot of great athletes on here, not just women playing football. Do you find that intriguing as well, that a lot of people are actually coming over to this side saying that, you know what, I'm actually entertained by this level of play?
Yes, I love it. The fact that people can come out and they're like, oh, you guys are doing the same thing that these guys are doing. Like you guys actually are athletic. So we also get the opportunity to practice with some of the guys and just hearing them like, oh, wow, you can run with me. You can jump with me. You can throw with me. So women are definitely getting the respect of being athletic more than just, being a typical cheerleader or, a volleyball. So knowing that we can come out here and play an aggressive sport, a sport that is driven more to a male, it's very entertaining. And I love that where it's going and how much growth it just over the last couple of years.
What are some of the what are some of the misconceptions that people have or have had throughout the 7 years you've been on this journey? Not just comparing apples and oranges when it comes to just different genders playing, but just the athleticism, certain things that people did not know until they got a chance to come in. What are some of the things you heard prior to this ascension, in my opinion, when it comes to the Women's Football League?
Honestly, one of the biggest things you hear is this flag, or is it like, are we fully dressed? They definitely get it confused with the lingerie league.
Yep.
um,
And I don't know
do
why.
we I don't either. Like, it's like, no, we're completely different. So, it's always like, no, we strap up just like the guys do.
Yep.
So if it's hard hitting, like if it's arena 7-on-7, like I've literally heard every question. And then it's like, why don't you just come out? Or why don't you look at my huddle or my clips? And then people are like, oh my God, that's you? That's really women? So it's more so like getting people to see that we're doing the same things that the NFL is doing. And this is the level that we're trying to reach. We're trying to get on the map and have people to understand that women are out here taking the next step to play this sport. So we've
And
heard it
do it at a
all.
high level, in my opinion, because I'm
Yes.
keeping my eyes on a lot of traffic our way, catching some of the scrimmages or practices, things like that or whatnot. I mean, it's intriguing to me. It's exciting for me because to me it's giving so many people out there a good opportunity to not just get to know the women playing this sport, but this sport with a lot of athletic women doing what they do. And there's a lot of young girls out there who are inspired by it as well. Talk to me a little bit about just that. What are some of the young girls, some of the girls who literally, or should I say young women, who are motivated to come in and practice, try to get on a team, everything like that?
So I'll speak personally first. Like my youngest daughter, she is waiting until she turns 18 because she wants to play. So
That's
that
what's
means
up.
that I have to wait until she turns 18 just to play 1 year with my daughter. Um, but yeah, she's been coming out forever. She loves the Misfits. She loves the opportunity to get out here and play, learn something different. She loves the competition. We do, as a team, still do an outreach to young women and all children. We don't push away the boys, but obviously we want to encourage the young girls to come out. We actually do have one young lady. She is just turned 12, I do believe, that she comes out to every practice. She's like our little mini me. So she's looking forward to playing when she turns 18. Um, so we do a lot of things that we go out in the community and show the young girls that you can play. This is something that you can do, and we're here to encourage you. We invite them to come to all the practices. We'll help them, teach them in the midst of our practices. So great outreach opportunity, great opportunity for them to see that women are doing the same thing. So
And not only that, it's just so great to see. My daughter's 20. She plays tennis. She's been playing since she's been 11, 12. And it's a competitive nature that I know she has that is motivating her as far as to be the best at what she loves to do. Do you find that same niche? Because there's a lot of people, not just, I tell you a story about my daughter and when she found something that she loved at 12, but some people may find it at 18, 20, 25, 30 and older. Do you find that same thing where it's just like, hey, I didn't know this about myself, even though I'm at this age, but I want to see if I can do it at a high level?
yes, definitely, especially for young women, to be put in a box is like something that women go through all the time. So when you do find something that you're passionate at whatever level, I'm real big on go for it. Like you never know what you can do until you actually try. But when you do set your mind to something, give it your all. So with the young girls right now, a lot of people will down them and talk them out of it, like girls can't do this. So it's really important for us to continue pushing to let everyone know you can do this. Just keep working at it. And the competitiveness is going to be there. So you have to take it. That's what makes you the best. To compete with the best will make you the best.
Amen to that. And I think that with the season coming up, and season starts in April, right?
Yes.
Uh,
April 22nd is our first game.
there you go. I feel like there's always opportunities to kind of find an edge. You've been in this league 7 years. You've probably cherry picked a few rivalries here and there that you just circle and you just can't wait to play. Do you have those? Can you name those teams? And why is it that it's anytime you could say, hey, that's my rival based on whatever, it's always fun.
So honestly, the team that I would say over the last couple years that was my our biggest rival is no longer in our um, division.
Okay.
However, that was a team in Kentucky, and I honestly love playing them. Again, it's like if you want to be the best, you have to play the best, and that was a team that really, I felt a competitiveness on the other side. Um, Nothing to any of the teams that we're playing this year. It's just a lot
Right.
of new teams, and we're getting to play different teams. So I'm looking forward to playing every team we step foot against this year. So, but yeah, no real rivalries yet. We'll see what the
Not yet,
season brings. Yes,
but also but also you're gonna get to a point in time throughout the season where you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, this may be a new squad in our division or a new team out
yes,
here, but for better or for worse, if you win by 20 or lose by one or win by one, depending on who's out there, that energy is going to create rivalries, and that makes it always makes it fun when you can get to a point where it's just like, I don't care how much smack you talk. Listen, I'm gonna still outdo you because this is what I do. So,
yes.
do you find that within the practice community as well when you're practicing with your peers, and it kind of creates a little bit of motivation, like, you know what, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna run rings around you even in practice.
We actually just had this conversation with the girls this past weekend. If we're not competing with ourselves, then somebody else is going to come and they're going to outdo you. So pushing the competition at our practices is like number one important for me. So your teammates have got to be the ones that are pushing you. They've got to be the ones that are hitting you the hardest and giving you that edge to make you better. That makes our team better. That means when we go and face someone else, we're used to it. We're used to that competition. We're used to somebody being in our face. So competition is very, very important, and it starts at home. So yeah,
Hey, you can't listen. If somebody can't be in my face while I'm at practice saying that I could do a little better than what I'm doing right now, then you know what? You're in the wrong practice facility at that point in
yes,
time. Because to me, it's all different. Just play ball myself back in college. I know how that is. Not only that, you're gonna try to outdo it yourself, but also it's good to get some. It's just like when you're out in the gym or something like that, and you're lifting weights or you're doing something, and somebody's trying to put you one more, two more, five more, whatever it is. It's always different, man, and it's cool to see that you get out there. So I mean, you've kind of talked about earlier that your family has embraced it, your kids has embraced the sport. Friends, different levels see you doing it for multiple years. You're kind of sticking with it because it's a thing that drives you. Um, when you're speaking or when you're talking to the young kids that we talked about earlier, and you talk to them about not just being young women in this particular league, and I feel like this is a great moment to kind of put this full circle. Um, this is a great way to not just you know be an athlete and work out and be fit and be competitive. It kind of puts you in a different perspective when you're trying to, like, look, this is a level of competition where you can literally leave your footprints in the sand, so to speak, too, right?
Yes, definitely. So with my kids alone, now they get the opportunity to say, okay, well, mom did this, like mama did this at this age, at that she did this after, so it gives them that push, as well as the other kids, like this is an opportunity to say I did this, I accomplished this, stamp it and move on. So definitely that's a big point in my life, is making sure that I leave an example, not only for my kids but for every kid that I come in contact with, every young lady, every lady on this team that's younger than I am,
Right.
like this can be done. Like just set your mind to it, put your heart into it, and get it done.
And even from a male's perspective too, to be able to see women do it on a level like this is very inspiring, because you're right. It is, it's a male dominated league. It's a male dominated world in general when it comes to trying to put something out there that will last forever. I always do that. Always talk highly upon our lady journalists as well that cover sports too, because I feel like they don't get the just deserved respect covering this as well. And it's great to see, and I love the chemistry. And I'm gonna take. I saw something on social media. It's probably around the time of the Super Bowl, because I think a lot of people were talking about the Super Bowl commercials and how much it cost or whatever the case may be. And someone broke it down. It could have been somebody from the Nevada Storm, or even I think the Misfits as well, where they were like, look, DC Divas, something like that, where they were talking about it's when you break it down on average for those commercials, it's in the millions of dollars, but it's only like 200K to fund a whole team or whatnot when it comes to that. Um, I get it, the way people are moving when it comes to like, marketing and promotion and different things like that too, but not trying to add anything else on it. But I think if you're marketing, why would the world, and I'm not just saying just other companies, but why would the world would market the women's football league?
I think just at this point, getting our foot in the door, women's football, where it has been around, it's just not as out there as other things, especially guys sports, but we're starting, so that's what's the most important thing. Like we're getting our name out there, and you have to start somewhere. So I never jumped into this to make millions of dollars. Obviously it would be nice to be
For sure.
more paid, but we're starting somewhere. Like I'm an athlete, so we have to start somewhere, and the more that we can have people like you in Nexxlegacy, and people, companies and businesses that are bringing attention to us, the more that we'll get our name out there, the more we can get recognized, and then hopefully the more money will come in to help support us. But right now we just need our name out there. Like we have to start somewhere, and what I'm hoping for is by the time the next generation, say my daughter or my grandkids, they're women that are coming up, like they're not fighting the same battle. Like by that time maybe the women athletes are being paid, and we are recognized more, and we are publicized on TV. So that's where we're starting now.
And it's important. I think if we continue to spread the the good vibes that I feel like this league has and will have, not just with the people that's in it, but the brand that's being put forth, the effort that people have. I go this whole route, and I tell my daughter this every time, and anybody, listen, I'm sold on your effort, because you can't fake that. Because if you're trying every day to be the best you could be in what you're doing, that means you're putting all kinds of, I could live with the result, whatever that may
Right.
be. But your effort, that's a legacy built right there. You know what I'm saying? And I think at the
Yes.
end of it all, I look at it this way. Hey, this league intrigued me. It's a blessing not just to have you and others that I've had as well, but also the bigger picture is I want to be that guy. And I tell everybody this that I've interviewed. So I want to be that guy to interview you on the field. I want to cover your game like Fox or NBC or ESPN covers you guys, because it is important to not just get to know the women's league, but also the women behind the league as well. Hopefully the marketing push, people will be able to embrace more, maybe invest more and things like that. And it's super important as far as getting brand awareness individually and league, right?
Yes, definitely. Like I said, it's a start. You know what I mean? It's a start, but having you, like I said, someone like you to come out here and do this, it's a start for us. So we've got to start somewhere, and I am hoping that we can build that population that is bringing more attention to us. So.
For sure. And Shay, a couple of more questions.
Mhm.
I find it when I interview folks, they always tell me that, and it doesn't even sound cliche either. It just sounds like it's fact. Like everybody's a family, one unit. The people that come in from the rookies to the veterans and people in general, it just seems and feels like it is an ongoing kumbaya, let's love on each other type of thing. So is not only is that really real, how did it get to that point? Like 7 years in it, clearly you like it, but good lord, how did it get to that point where everybody is saying the same thing?
Because they're not being 100% honest. That's no. um, yeah. So ultimately, yes, we are a family, but let's just be real. What family do you know that doesn't have its hiccups?
Oh, no doubt.
So yeah, like, yes, you're a family. We will always be a family. I would lay down for any one of my teammates, but it's a growing experience. One thing with women alone, you come with different attitudes, different personalities, different walks of life.
No doubt.
You have the boss women over here, the submissive women over here, and now I have to take all that, put it together, and form a team.
Right.
It's a process, so trust me, from the top to the bottom, it's a process.
Listen, Shay,
Yeah,
not only that, it's an everyday process. It's just like how you
every
how you
day.
deal with it if you have a spouse or whatever. You got to put
Yes,
in that work every day. It's not one of those days where you can take a day off. You know what I'm saying? Or
right.
again, you have different personalities, different ways of doing certain things. One
Yes,
thing that we all should know, like everybody that's clicked up, you know, as a leader of men and women, you have to think, okay, how can I merge these two together so they can get the
yes,
best of what they can? And that's an everyday challenge because somebody's gonna wind up getting pissed off. Somebody's
yep,
gonna wind up getting left out. Somebody's gonna wind up feeling like, you know what, I'm better than everybody else that's here. So egos come to play. We all have them. But it's
yes,
but it's just a matter
definitely.
of how you manage that though, right?
Yes, definitely. We just have a rule. We understand everybody goes through life, but while we're at practice, leave it in your car. Leave it
Amen.
at home. Like, let's not bring it here because then it's going to cause conflict here. Outside of practice times, outside of game times, you want to reach out, you want to hang out, XYZ. We do things as a team. We have chats, you communicate, but you just can't bring it on the field because we have to be one unit on the field. Football is not a one person sport, it takes all 11 at all times. And so that's just our rule. And so far, it has worked out great. Even over the past years, it's worked out great. When it's game time, everything else is turned off. And that is one good thing about women. When we have our minds focused on one thing, that's what it is. Once it's over, you can get back to all that other stuff. But yeah.
Straight up, straight up. All right, then. I love it. I love it. I mean, and it's honest feedback. Like everybody, like you said, everybody's gonna be in those, hey, you know what? We are a family. Family comes with
Yes.
conflict. Nothing's ever easy. We all can't live according to the Cosby show all the time. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
everything can't be fixed in 30 minutes or whatever. There has to be different ways of going about it, and I love it. And one final thing is before I let you do your, have you do your shout outs and things like that. In addition to sports, you have kids, you have different things going on in your life. What are some other avenues of, I guess you could say, hobbies or tension release that you do in your spare time as we continue to get to know you as a part of the Music City Misfits?
So I am a mom, so my kids are like everything to me. I'm a teacher and I actually love education, so I continue getting more degrees. I'm not really sure how that's relaxing to some people, but it is
Hey,
to me.
it's okay. Challenge yourself,
Right,
girl. You know what time it
yeah.
is. Mentally challenge yourself and be like, look, I'm gonna try to
Hey,
get 500 degrees if I could.
yes,
So
it's
ain't
very
nothing wrong with
relaxing
that.
to me. But just definitely music, keeping the ones that are close to me very close. My partner is everything. So yeah, I have a very close knit. But football is my release. So yeah, that's the time that I can just be, somebody else. So
So
yeah.
you mentioned music. What about music? What are you doing with music?
So I love to listen to music. I used to like to sing when I was a younger kid, but it's just relaxing just to play music. I like all genres of music, but it's just a calming thing for me. If I'm ever, stressed or something, I can put on some music and just get in my zone. So,
All right, what's in your playlist right now then?
oh my gosh, everything. This morning I was on a gospel kick, I have to be honest. So, yeah,
Well,
Yolanda
I'm gonna tell
Adams
you
is one of my
because
favorite.
clearly Next Legacy is predominantly music, and we have clear interviews like this and stuff like that too. But one thing about gospel though, and like you, I like everything. You name it, I like it. Opera too. Go. It's one of those things. You just go with the flow of what you feel when it comes
Mhm.
to the sounds that you have and the whatever. It's fine. But gospel sometimes, not all the time. Um, Depending on who or what that playlist looks like, it's always going to set you off to the point where sometimes I'm like, okay, not right now. I don't want to cry or be in my
Yeah.
feelings right now. I got to listen to some hip hop or whatever the case may be. But gospel will put you, that is the one genre that will take you out of your own element and put you in a different world, for better or for worse. Happy tears, sad tears, whatever the case may
Yep.
be, it'll put you there. You feel what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I ain't alone. I am not
No,
alone.
not at all.
All right. All right. But it's crazy how the motivations of music and inspiring too. So, it's just all wrapped up into that cocoon where it's just, it's a beautiful thing. And Shay, before you go, I want you to give out all social media things, everything that you have as far as directing traffic to you.
Oh my gosh, that one you caught me off guard, because I'm not a social media person. I
That's
do
right.
have them though,
That's okay.
but easiest thing is just Lashae Shoot. That's Facebook, so that's Lashae Shoot is my Instagram, and like all of them are just my name, Lashae Shoot. So yeah, I don't really know I can't tell you
That's
that. Just look my
that's good
name up.
enough. That's
Right. I
that's
have a
good enough.
huddle
That
too.
works.
You can look that up.
That works. Everybody got to look up Lashae Shoot, right?
Yes.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Hey, and listen, in closing, I gotta tell you that I continue to be impressed with all things, not just Music City Misfits. I've interviewed a ton from different parts of different cities for this women's league, and I love where it's going, but also I love where it's growing when it comes to the point where it's just like everybody's so on board, invested. They want to see this become more than what it is right now. And I know this is the grassroots part of how this all begins, but it's great to see that there is more to it that continues to kind of push forward based on everything. And I can't not just thank you enough for hanging out with me and letting my Next Legacy family get to know you, but also we gonna do these interviews in person before or after games or whatever. Like, I'm trying to cover all, trying to be a jet setter this year. I'm going to every city that I possibly can to do these interviews in person. So watch out. I'm coming to your town. So watch out.
Thank you. Thank you. It has been a pleasure talking with you today, and I thank you for reaching out. So, yeah.
Shay, who else you gonna give shout outs to? So not just social media, name some names. Give a shout out to your peoples.
Just Music City Misfits. To all of my kids, I can't even name them all, but yeah, that's it.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Shay, I'll be in touch. Thank you for not just giving me the time and everything, but I wish you luck this coming up season, and can't wait to meet you in person.
Thank you so much.
You got it. I'll be in touch.
Bye.
That is Shay from the Music City Misfits on Next Legacy Sports.